Hi flosstube, it's Minnie Gray, and from now on my flosstube videos will be titled Minnie from Allxx, which is my blog, Allxx. This is because I've seen other flosstubers with titles or screen names, so this will be mine, and that way you'll know from the start who I am. First of all, I'd like to say thank you so much to all of my subscribers and all of the comments. Oh, they were wonderful. Everybody was so encouraging, and they obviously liked what they saw, and I'm glad. I love stitching, and I love sharing my work. I'm not an expert. I don't pretend to be an expert, but I've been stitching for a while, and I just like doing it. I just love stitching. That's like, well, last week or last month, I was sent a summons for jury duty today. And I'm a stitcher, so I was going to stitch whether they wanted me to or not. But I didn't even have a problem. I took in my little... I pulled out a little chart here. It's called Boo. And I got it from the 2015 Halloween edition of Just Cross Stitch. And while I was sitting this morning waiting to see whether I was going to be selected for a, as a juror on a trial, there was nothing to do but stitch. So this is what I get. This is how much I get finished on Boo. And that's about it. I mean, well, I wasn't selected. It was funny. I told my husband I didn't even make it to the what they call voir dire. I was just an extra, so I ended up sitting in the little jury assembly room. But that didn't bother me. I was doing what I wanted to do anyway. So, like I said, I love stitching. I stitch wherever, whenever. I'm trying to remember to look into the camera lens. That's one of my big problems. I'm still learning, so just bear with me. But I really do want to thank all of my subscribers. It's wonderful. I have almost 200 subscribers already, and it's just blown me away. I have nothing. I don't know what to say. Like I say, I have fun. I love making the videos and the editing, and finally getting one online and where somebody else can see it. I love it. And well, right now I love it. Like I say, it's a lot of work, but I'm enjoying it. I really am. And I appreciate everybody coming to visit and watching my videos and leaving me comments. If you have any questions, leave me a comment with the questions. I'll answer your questions as best I can. And so today what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you some of my unfinished finishes. I've got a couple recent finishes, and then I'll show you some of my whips. Well, I'll show you my whips that I've worked on other than my new start this morning. So, all right, so let's take a look and see what we got today. Okay. All right. Like I say, I want to start with some of my unfinished finishes, and I wrote down. I wrote my notes so I know which one, and I put them in order that I got them stacked in order. So this way I'll know exactly what I'm talking about, and I can remember who designed them. Okay, this first one is Shadows. This is called Shadows. I stitched it in 2013. And the special thing about this one, it's stitched on a canvas bag that I purchased at Michael's. And I used the DMC soluble canvas, and you just baste it on. You cover your spot, the section that you're going to stitch on, with the plastic. It looks like a plastic canvas, but you cover your area with the little canvas, and you baste it on, and then you just stitch over it. It's 14 count, and I just used the DMC threads. But then once you finish the stitching, all you have to do is soak it in warm water, and the canvas dissolves. So I like trying new things or different things. So this one turned out really good, and I've used my bag several times. Actually, I'm storing some of my unfinished finishes in it. So it's practical, and I like doing it. It was something new. Okay, the second thing, well, the next thing I want to show you is Brooke Nolan from Brooke Books several years ago had a stitch along. Well, I guess it was a stitch along, but she had a series of a year in birthday cakes. Now, I'm not sure if anybody else has stitched them. I've only seen maybe one or two cakes stitched and done as like birthday cards, but I liked them when I saw them, so I decided I was going to stitch each one of them, and my goal was to stitch them and make them into a wall hanging. I did part of that. I stitched all of them. So here we go. Yeah, it's 12 birthday cakes, so I'm going to try to get through them as quickly as I can, but I want you to be able to see the bead work on them. This is January's. This is February. This one is March. And April. This one has the whole flowers made of beads. Here we've got May and June. For some reason, June just does not have as many beads. I don't know why. I like June. June is my birth month, and I wish it had had more beads. Next we have August and July. July and August. That's July with the J, and you see all the beads underneath the roses. This is August with a seashell in the waves. September was one of my favorite cakes. This is September. I love this one because you've got little flowers and the beads here, and then the bee is actually made of beads. And this is October. And of course we've got November and December. This is November and this is December. November has, I love the shading on that cake and the fall leaves. Of course, December's a package, Christmas package. I love these. Like I say, I really enjoyed stitching these, and one of these days I am going to make them into a wall hanging. I couldn't tell you when that's going to be, but it'll be one day. The next one is, I stitched this one in 2014. It's called Ladies with Baskets. And I just love this. Looks like you can almost see them dancing. Okay. This one is, I believe it's Hanes, Hannes, Needle Crafts. I'll put the names below, so if of all of them, or where they're from, some of them. This was, like I said, this one is stitched on 28 count baby blue linen. The next one is called, it just asks the question, you hungry? I don't need that. Okay, this one, I love this one. This one, I have the figurines. I like to collect figurines also. And I have the figurines from the designer is Annie Lee. She passed away last year or the year before. But she's a painter. And I'm sure you've probably seen many of her paintings displayed different places, but I can't remember the company. It was a French company that converted this one to a cross stitch, and there's one other one that I have, but I haven't started on it yet. I just love this one. I thought they were so cute in their leotard, and they're doing their exercises with their nails and their bling. I love them so much. They both have names. The chart didn't have a name. I named them. Let's see. Where's my notes at? I forget which one is which. Okay. Oh, I don't have it. I think this is, hold on one second. I have got to share this with you. And I wrote this down. I scribbled it down. Oh, okay. One of them's one named Vanessa. The other one is Adele. Why I have those names, I don't know, but for some reason, those are the names that popped into my head when I stitched this. So, this is Vanessa. This is Miss Vanessa. And this is Miss Adele. I love Miss Adele's hair. Actually, it's purple. But I just love it. This is stitched on a 28 count even weave from, I can't remember it, MGC Textile, I believe it is. But this is You Hungry. It's what you ask your friend when you, after you leave your exercise class. Time to go eat. Okay, so the next one, and I'll go slow with it. This one is Around the World in 80 stitches. It's from Papillon Design Creations. It was started out as a 24-month monthly installments that actually took about, because the designer had family issues or health issues, it was delayed. So we ended up working about 2.5 years to finish this. And this is it. This is Around the World in 80 Stitches. What we did was you were to choose your dark green, a light green, and like 6 other colored threads for floral colors. Then we had you were to have a metallic and two colored beads. And you never knew what the stitches would be until the chart was sent out. So I'll bring it back here. And this was my very first try at hardanger, and I was so scared. I actually cut them. I was so scared to cut my hardanger threads, but I did it. There's one here and another little design there. I just love it. It took me about two and a half years to do this. And it's in my bin of shame, where everything else lives. This next one is a kit from Dimensions. I think it was one of their gold collection, and it's Frederick the Literate. That's Frederick. This, like I said, this was a kit, and if you notice, all the books are about cats. If you read some of the titles. I don't even remember when I did this, but it's been a long time ago. Another one in my bin of shame. It used to be on my wall, but I moved it for something else. My next one is my praying hands. And I stitched this one. This is the very first design or chart that I stitched on an even weave. I was scared to death that I wasn't going to be able to adjust from using the Ada, and I think this was the best chart I could have chosen. Praying hands, praying to let me get this correct. And I changed of course I changed the skin color, and like I said, I added the little lettering at the bottom. I thought that was pretty much accurate. But this was from, this was a free chart, and it was from Christian Cross Stitch. You can look it up on, if you Google it, it'll take you to a website. The next one is, this was a free stitch along on Facebook, on the Facebook page. Well, it was through a blog, but she had a page on Facebook she was sharing, and it's The Way to Happiness. It's Jardin Privé. Jardin Privé, yeah, free stitch along. You get sections every week, and this is what it ends up looking like. And it was shared in like 5 or 6 different languages, and I started to do it in a different language, but I'm like, okay, I may not do it but only once, so I'll do it in English. So I finished that one. Let's see, did I date it? Yes, 2014. But if you go to the website for Jardin Privé, you should be able to find this. Okay. Now the next couple of pieces here. I think it's 3 of them, 4. These are some recent finishes. I just finished this one a few days ago. This is A Bump in the Night. Now, this one was from Just Cross Stitch 2015 Halloween collection. The next one is the 4th of July. Now, I just finished this one. Actually, I finished this one before the 4th of July, but of course, I didn't. Once it was stitched, that was it. I moved on. I like that because it hit this little Liberty Bell. It's so cute. So that one will maybe be in an ornament or a little door hanging by the next 4th of July. This one, oh, and that was from 4th of July was from Lizzie Kate. The next one is, you saw this one in my very first video, and it was a whip. After then I decided I was going to pull it out and stitch on it. This is Thine is the Trick and the Treat. It's stitched on 28 count linen. It's a lime green. I think it originally was supposed to be stitched on an orange, but I like the lime green. This was about 2 years in the making. Looks like a pillow to me. So when I get around to finishing it, it may be a pillow. The next one, let's see, did I tell you this one? Oh, this was Prairie Moon. This was a Prairie Moon. Okay. The next one is I Can Drive a Stick. And I just fell in love with this. When I saw this, I thought, I'm like, yes, somebody would probably believe this about me. My stick is red. It's a Ford. But this is a Lizzie Kate. And it's stitched on a purple even weave, 28 count. You notice most of my pieces on 28 count. That's the one I'm comfortable with. I do stitch on 32 and some 30. But with my eyes, I think this is about as far as I better go. Except for the one that I'm working on now, which is actually a hand towel. You saw that one. It was the, excuse me. It is the Brooke Nolan Advent Animals. You saw it before. I won't take it off. This is the one I was working on earlier today in my little need a minder. But this is a hand towel, a kitchen towel. And like I said, I think this is like a 40 count. And I'm struggling. But I'm going to see it through. Yeah, I'm struggling with that. So I think that I tried counting. I think it's like a 40 count. Don't want to do that again. Okay, this one is called Liberty. It's from Just Nan. I stitched this. When I stitched this, this was the first one. If you can see where the skin is stitched 1 over 1. This was the first one I had tried like that. And I think it came out pretty good. And it wasn't that hard. It's on a 28 count even weave. So with the even weave, it's not hard at all. Okay. The next one is one of my 12 Days of Christmas. I love 12 Days of Christmas charts. This is the only one so far that I've stitched. I've been collecting them up. And this one is 12 Days of Christmas. This one I get from a Better Homes and Gardens 2001 cross-stitch book. Like I said, this is the only 12 Days of Christmas but I just love those designs. Every time I see one, I have to have it. The next one is called The Swimming Instructor. This is a freebie from Imaginings Incorporated. I like mermaids. And this one has a little sparkle in her necklace and some of her scales. And that's the Swimming Instructor. I think I did this one last year. The next one, I'll get 2 more. So it won't be too much longer. But the next one is another free stitch along. See that one. The majority of the threads here are variegated, and it was designed as black work, and it doesn't actually have a name. It was just a stitch along, and it's from Seba Designs. She has a Facebook page, and like I say, it was designed as black work, but my name I gave it was Anything But Black Work, because as you can see, there is no black in it. Okay, excuse me for reaching. Okay, and last but not least is of course, you know, my favorite designer is Joan Elliott. And this is one I did several years ago. And it's called Mama Christmas. And I love her angels. This is she's got wings. She's got beads and sparklies. And I just thought it was so cute. I did this one in 2011. One of these days it will be on my wall. I may have to switch out the ones that are there now that aren't framed. And I can just take this one to the wall. But anyway, so that was the last one I chose. I do have more. I have maybe twice as many as I showed you today. Still in my bin. But that video would be so long, I'd probably put you to sleep before we finished. But those are some more of my finished pieces that I've stitched that have gone into my bin of shame. Now it makes me want to actually finish them. I'm embarrassed to even, you know, share because I haven't finished them into stuff, and it won't take long to do either one, anything. You know, ornament. I've made ornaments. Matter of fact, I've got a basket of finishes. They're smalls, so they're in the basket. Maybe that'll be my next video when I return. But I think that's about it. I don't want to bore you to death, but I am so grateful for all the wonderful comments. And so if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll put my blog down below. On my blog, if you go to my blog, I have a page and I have finishes for each year. So if you just want to see them that way, that's fine. Like I said, if when I'm going through again, and I'll pick out some more and I'll just show those. But there are some in there that I've given away as cards and gifts. So it may be something that I don't have anymore to show you here on the video. But if you'd like to, stop by my blog and leave me a comment there. Please leave me a comment here. And like I said, I appreciate all of the people who visited and watched my blog. I mean my flosstube video. And hopefully you'll come back again and I'll get some more subscribers. And if I do, it'll be your fault and I'll be back. So until then, everyone, happy stitching. Keep making those little X's. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.